Good evening, everyone. Today I'll be talking about how to prepare your resume, whether you're applying for an internship, a full time job, and even some research opportunities. So, one of the things I'll start with is the format. And this is the standard format that you see over here at the top of the page: your name, email address, and phone number. And the second section would be the name of the university, and right under it, the major and the degree. And here, expected graduation and GPA. And I will say this: if your GPA is below 3, don't include it on there, just so it gives you more opportunities, especially when you're going to career fairs and such. People will hire you for your communication, they will hire you for your personality, and of course your qualifications. And a GPA is not really an evaluation of the overall talent. And I'm talking about this because that is based on experience. So I used to recruit at different universities. I used to travel all around the country. I used to go to Berkeley, Cal Poly, Texas Tech, UTEP, Stanford, and just UC Davis. I went to different career fairs to hire students from different engineering disciplines and majors, and even overall STEM majors in general. And so the first thing I'll look at is the major, and I will look at when they're graduating, because that's really important. It's gonna determine whether I would recommend them for an internship or a full-time position. And if they were, they have still, a couple of years to graduate, I'll look at the relevant courses, and I will look at, what technical courses they've taken, what if they're a mechanical major, if they've taken a CAD class, or if they're software, they're taking a program language, they're electrical, if they've taken circuits or electronics, and so on. And this also applies for people who are also in grad school, who they don't have a lot of years of experiences. It's really important to put on their coursework. And so you list them over here, and try to focus on listing those classes that are relevant to your degree and relevant to the job that you're applying to. And when I say this is that, for example, applying for a job in mechanical engineering, don't put a chemistry class here. Even though, engineering majors, we take many math courses, don't include them on there. Here are more of the technical courses, like Intro to Mechanical Engineering, Intro to CAD, Thermodynamics, Electronics class, Microprocessor class, C language class, Python class. This is what you list on here. Next over here is relevant experiences. And so you will just kind of give a detailed overview and highlight of your accomplishment and responsibilities. So the format is you'll put the name of the company, your job title, your employment dates, and your responsibilities and accomplishments, and use verbs for that. And I will show you right now what to use. And always try to do it in complete sentences. Don't just list things that you did, but make them meaningful, right? And I'll show you how right now. And for the relevant experience, I've seen this many times from going to different career fairs and interviewing different people from different levels of experiences, is that sometimes they put relevant experiences. So for example, you have been a teacher, right? You taught. That is really important. However, you've changed your major and now you're an electrical engineer, for example, right? It's not really relevant to put that experience on there because it has nothing to do with engineering. Let's say I have seen people who, especially sophomores who are looking for internship, they list jobs like, oh, they worked at McDonald's, or there's nothing wrong with that, but that should be a last resort. And when I talk about relevant experiences, doesn't have to be a actual job. It can be at home projects, class projects that you contribute into that is relevant to your degree and coursework. So it can be you working in the back of the garage, fixing your car, changing a parting curve. If you're a mechanic, for electrical, you're building a microprocessor, or you built this cool controlling program if you're software, and things like that. And right now, for the relevant experiences, I will show you what to use, and I could put these templates if people are interested. So there are a couple of categories that you can use verbs from. For example, you have the management skills, communication skills, research skills, technical skills, teaching skills, financial skills, depending on what you did, what your job is. And these are skills that I always say, for your relevant experiences part, try to use the same verbs that you use at your technical skills, right? So for example, I worked at in a group project and I was the leader. So it would be, I chaired, or I coordinated, and I produced such and such, right? And that is a complete sentence with a verb. And what companies care about, or if when I go and hire people, I look at that, how much they contribute into the project. So don't include project where you were just you did not contribute into it, because we'll ask you questions and we will know. And I always say tie tie your relevant experiences with technical skills. For example, management, right? Like I said, I coordinated, I was the leader of the group, led team of 5 people, coordinated meetings, and we accomplished whatever project, right? Simple. Don't make it too long of a sentence. It's just one sentence that includes the verbs, the technical skills, and whatever software you used, and you can list them. You can have like 5 bullets. Let's say like you have multiple jobs. It's better to include 3 for each of the jobs that you have, but if you had one job or one project, you can just expand on that, right? Because you don't have anything else on there, right? And so let's go back to my sheet. As I mentioned before, for example, communication skills, you collaborated with multiple people from different disciplines, like you worked with software, worked with mechanical, and you're electrical. And one of the skills that you have